Hi everybody, and welcome to Animal Tales TV. I'm Pat Becker, and obviously I'm not Julie Bank, but Julie has moved on and we have a new director, John Carey. I am so proud that he's going to be with us on the show today and take over some of the jobs that Julie had. He can do a great job for us. Now, we want to talk a little bit about the adoption animals at the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter. We have so many animals down there. Cats, dogs, I saw horses. Oh, there are so many wonderful animals and they need a home.
You know, I give, and it's just never enough.
Seriously?
When people take you for granted, what can you do?
Water the grass, not the street!
Using drought-tolerant plants, watering early in the morning, adding some mulch, it's not that hard. If we want to use our water wisely, we gotta squeeze more out of every drop.
SqueezeEveryDrop.com. Oh, I gotta go. I got a date with a lake.
How proud and pleased I am to introduce to you today an old-time friend of mine who is now the new superintendent of the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter, John Carey. How are you?
Good, how are you?
And who is this that you're holding, this precious kitten?
This is Tinker. She's about an 8-week-old kitten that is available currently at our shelter for adoption.
Oh, let me hold. I've got to hold this kitty. Look at this baby. Goodness gracious. If I didn't have so many dogs, I'd certainly have one of these. So tell me, this is kind of exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. You know, I've been with Animal Welfare a long time, and this month will be 17 years. And so I'm looking forward to the opportunity and continuing making the progress that we've made over the last several years, and then trying to improve upon that.
Yeah, I know. What do you think is going to be the hardest thing, the most difficult thing about this job?
It's a big job. There's a lot of people counting on me to make good decisions and do the right thing, but mostly there's a lot of animals counting on me and counting on our staff to save their lives. And so I think knowing that and knowing that there's such a big responsibility there.
Huge responsibility. You know? There's no doubt about that. So what would be the most pleasant, the most happy, the most fun thing about it?
Well, I think just the staff that we have is just tremendous, and so I get to work with a lot of great people every day, and they care so much about the animals and what we're trying to do, and they really buy into the mission and our goals there at Animal Welfare, and I know that with their help, you know, it's only going to be a few short years, and we're going to reach the goals that we set out to several years back.
So tell me what those goals are.
Well, you know, obviously we came out and said we were going to be a no-kill city, although we don't use the term no-kill quite as often anymore, but our goal is still the same. We originally set out to have a 75% live release rate there at Animal Welfare. We're currently sitting at about 70%, so we're well on that way to that goal, and we believe we'll reach it here in the next year or two.
Oh, obviously. It takes so much, you know, through the shelter fosters, the volunteers, everything that is involved in this kind of operation, because it is huge. And of course, the thing that all of us want, I being an advocate and with my show and everything, I really feel that we would be so privileged to be put out of business.
Right. There's not a lot of people that do that. Obviously, that's our goal, is to work ourselves out of business. And we've tried very hard to do that. But then we have our field services side of things, too, where we provide support to the people in the community. We'll know that will always be needed.
Yeah, and you know, tell me everything that the operation does. I know that I visited recently, and I saw you had a veterinarian down there, and you do the spay and neuter thing, which is so important. And of course, to me, as an animal advocate and as a dog trainer, trainers are so important. And you even get people coming in there to help train, don't you?
Yes, yes. We have a large volunteer program. We have well over 100 volunteers now that come in and they do different things around the shelter. They also provide fostering in their homes. And so not only are we responsible for the sheltering there at the shelter, we have animals out in people's homes that our veterinarian also is responsible for making sure they stay well and provide them treatment if need so. And then we have our, like I said, our field services side of things. We're responsible to respond to things such as stray dogs, cruelty investigations.
And I think too that right next door, I think Central Oklahoma Humane helped set up an organization there that kind of takes them in but when they first come in, as I understand it, and kind of checks them out to be sure that everything is okay with them medically and that sort of thing. So you have less a chance of the parvo and some of these things getting through. So that's an important factor. So you do cats, dogs, what else do you have?
Well, if someone can own it for a pet in Oklahoma City, we see it. And so we have horses all the time.
And snakes and frogs. And
yes, you name it, we get it. Yes.
Well, I think it's a fantastic organization. I always have. And God bless, when Catherine was there, such a good friend, such a dear person. And, it's just exciting. I am so pleased, that you're doing this. So we were gonna kind of pitch right now to what the Welfies, what is this that I'm hearing that Julie used to do?
We have our Welfies, and what they are is just some pictures of some animals available for adoption.
I'd like to see those. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's outdoor time in Oklahoma, and that means it's time to go out on adventures with family and friends. With dazzling Friday night sunset cruises or fun-themed Saturday cruises like luau, disco, and bluegrass, the only question is, which cruise will you choose? Oklahoma River Cruises has 4 convenient landings to cruise from Regatta Park, Exchange Landing, Meridian Landing, and Bricktown Landing, all along the beautiful Oklahoma River in Oklahoma City. There's cruises for everyone, from families, girls' night out, or history buffs. But the best way to find the river cruise for you is to come down and try it yourself. For more information, cruise schedules, and tickets, visit okrivercruises.com.
So Lyne Huffman is with us. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are
And
you?
who is this beautiful little gray kitten? This is a different one.
This is Gabby. She's another one of our adoption babies that we have available. She's about 2 months old, and she's just waiting to find her forever family.
So you are actually the field supervisor for the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter. So tell me what that job entails.
Well, I'm one of 2 field supervisors, and what it is we oversee the operations that is out in the community. So our officers do everything from picking up stray dogs to picking up dangerous animals, barking citations. We can also have where we go and take care of cruelties.
Excellent. So let me ask you a very important question. Are we having more of these issues or less?
Well, in the summertime, cruelties seem to increase. One of the things that people don't seem to realize is lack of water and shelter or shade can actually lead to a situation that gets the pets in trouble. So we see an increase in the summer, and then in the fall, which we're about to hit, people think, oh, it's getting cooler out and I don't have to provide those things. Well, they still have to, because the daytimes are still warm enough that we got to worry about what's going on with them out there.
Absolutely, and of course this is Oklahoma, so our weather is kind of, you can't count on anything.
No,
with it.
you sure can't.
I always feel so sorry for the weathermen because generally speaking they're sometimes wrong. So we can't count on rain or we can't count on sun, but it does happen. And it's so true. We can wake up in the morning with a 40-degree weather and then it's 90 degrees at the end of the day.
Right.
So how is a person supposed to take care of that kind of thing with their animals?
Well, be prepared for both things. You know, kind of like you would your children, do the same thing. And if you think the nights are going to be cool, throw a blanket out there. Definitely make sure you have a shelter out there that has 3 sides and a roof. And look at it before the cold weather starts coming in and making sure it's secure and that they're going to be safe and comfortable in there. Water's the other important thing. Make sure if the days are getting hot, they're going to need that water. So make sure it's fresh and full before you leave in the days.
Oh yes, it is so important. Right. So you've been with the organization for how long?
I've actually been with them for 3 years, but 1 year as a field supervisor. So I just went over my 1 year mark with them.
So were you in a different area before that?
I was part of one of their community CAP programs.
But you're a native Oklahoman?
No, ma'am. I'm retired military. So the military brought me here, and my love of animals brought me to the city. So,
how profound is that?
Yes.
I love it. So, John, is this a good employee?
Lynn's great. Lynn's great. She does a good job with our field services.
Yeah, so how many of these supervisors do you have? How many people go out? If you're the supervisor, then there are other people who go out and do the same thing,
right.
Obviously.
There's 2 supervisors over the field, and then we have 15 officers, which really isn't much when you're thinking we cover 621 square miles.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you do an excellent job, and that is for sure. And God bless you for it. You know, it takes a certain kind of person with discipline, but a gentleness, kind of a humanity, you know, kind of thing for people, getting along with people, because Lord knows some people, you know, can get upset.
Right.
But dealing with people and with animals is so important and a wonderful attribute. So, John, let me ask you a question. With the kind of help that you have and everything, where do you see the organization, say, next year?
I think we're going to continue to do what we've been doing, and I will say we have a lot of things to work on Lynn's side of it with the field services, but looking very much forward to that challenge. There's a lot of trying to become more efficient there and try to be able to serve the public in a more efficient manner.
Excellent. Oh, that's wonderful. You know, you have a little thing that we call tips, don't you? Tell me about that. Julie had said something about it, and I don't understand. What is that?
Well, each month we provide our viewers with some tips on how to keep their pets safe or other types of things that just go general with pet care. And so this month we're going to be talking about making sure your animal has a proper ID.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh, you are so sweet.
You want to make sure that your animal has identification. You want to make sure that your animal is microchipped. You want to make sure that there are tags on the collar with your name and phone number and perhaps an alternate number, and you want to be able to know where your animal is at all times. If you do lose your animal, there are several things that you can do that we can help. You can go to our website at okc.gov/animal welfare. There we place a picture of every animal that comes into this shelter. You can also report a found or lost pet on that very same website. In addition to looking on our website, come into the shelter every few days. We're open 7 days a week from noon to 5:45.
Did you know that the arts make a significant impact on education, the economy, and our quality of life in Oklahoma? Providing more than 10,000 jobs statewide, filtering more than $314 million into our economy? Yes, the arts create all kinds of beautiful things. And making Oklahoma an even better place to live is the most beautiful thing of all. It doesn't take a big donation to make big things happen. Support Allied Arts today. A little give is all it takes.
If you want to adopt any of the animals that you saw on today's show, you can come down to the shelter. We're open 7 days a week, and we're open from 12 to 5:45. The address is 2811 Southeast 29th Street.
What fun this has been for me. I have so enjoyed it. And John, I am so looking forward to working with you, to getting an update on what's going on with the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter, and you too, my dear. It's always good to know what's going on out in the field, as they say. So, guys, have a really good month, and we'll see you next month at the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter.
Down here. That dog has a thirsty look in his eye. Did you know that it's really not that hard to save water? Like here in the sink. Don't make me run too much. Could somebody shut me off? Now this is my kind of party. A full house. Let's roll. Hey, we're in a drought, which means I'm kind of a big deal. So save me. Really? Save me!
So Oklahoma City Animal Welfare is the full-service animal organization for the city of Oklahoma City. We're actually the only animal shelter in town. So that means we take in any animal that comes through our door, whether they're healthy or sick or lost or owner turn-ins, whether it's a dog or a cat or a horse or even a wild animal that comes through our door. We are there to help and care for so many animals that are displaced and ultimately looking for new homes.
It's a big responsibility. About 24,000 animals arrive here at the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter each year. Taking care of them and finding them homes takes a lot of resources. And sometimes there isn't enough money to do everything our animal welfare professionals would like to do. That's why Patrons of the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter was formed.
You know, there are a lot of people that care about animals, and hopefully we can get those people to support the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter via Patrons, which is a nonprofit set up just to raise money to help the city under a memorandum of understanding, which we have with the city.
We realized that there were people willing to support us, but we needed to create a mechanism to help them support us. And as part of that, more conversation happened, and this idea of Patrons of the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter was formed. And before we knew it, there were all these people wanting to be part of it, and all these people creating the infrastructure and the mechanism so that they can work with us and raise funds.
A city is judged by how we take care of its animals. Oklahoma City has shown a tremendous rebirth in the last 15 or 20 years. One of the areas that we have grown significantly and have advanced significantly is in the animal welfare realm. There is no greater place to put your money, no bigger impact that you can have on the Oklahoma City community and the animal community than by giving to patrons and helping to support the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter.
Your tax-deductible donation to Patrons of the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter will help support the life-saving programs of Oklahoma City Animal Welfare. The proactive programs include helping animals to find homes, educating the community, and providing resources to assist with responsible pet ownership.
People really want to help and to make a difference in the lives of animals and to make Oklahoma City the best place for not only people but animals as well. And Patrons was able to be formed just because of that energy and that desire from the communities.
That's a wrap, Rumble.